Welcome. Today we are looking at C.R.E. Paper 1, Revision 39. Thanks a lot for subscribing. Let us start with the questions. Identify 7 books referred to as the Pauline epistles in the New Testament. With reference to the fall of human beings in Genesis chapter 3, outline the causes of sin. C. Give 6 consequences of evil in the society today. Question 2a. Describe the preparation made by the Israelites for the making of the Sinai covenant. B. In what ways are the promises given to Abraham by God later fulfilled? C. List 6 forms of worship that were practiced by the Israelites in the wilderness, which are found in Christian worship today. Question 3a. State 7 reasons why Samuel was against kingship in Israel, as found in 1 Samuel chapter 8 from verse 6 to 18. B. Describe the nature of the Canaanite religion. 3c. List 6 forms of idolatry that threaten the faith of Christians today. Question 4a. Describe the visions of Amos on the destruction of the altar. B. Outline the teachings of Prophet Amos on the day of the Lord. C. Give 8 reasons why Christians should repent their sins. Question 4a. In what ways did Prophet Jeremiah suffer while carrying out his work in Judah? B. Outline 6 occasions when Nehemiah prayed. C. State the relevance of Prophet Jeremiah's suffering to Christians today. Question 6a. Outline 6 roles of priests in traditional African communities. B. Give 7 reasons why pregnancy before marriage was rare in traditional African communities. C. State the importance of bread wealth in traditional African community. Let us look at the answers. 1a. Identify 7 books referred to as Pauline epistles in the New Testament. Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Romans, 2nd Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1st Thessalonians, 1st Timothy, Titus, Philemon, 1st Corinthians, 2nd Thessalonians, 2nd Timothy. B. With reference to the fall of human beings in Genesis chapter 3, outline the causes of sin. It originated from temptations by the Satan. It was a rebellion against God. As a result of disobedience of human beings to God, greed and desire for material things. Sin originated from lack of satisfaction to God's providence. Sin was due to lack of knowledge of God's nature. It was a result of human weakness due to lack of self-control or trust. Sin originated from greed for power and desire to be like God. Question 1c. Give 6 consequences of sin in the society today. Death, diseases, hatred among people, accidents, embarrassment, poverty, environmental pollution, family conflicts, calamities. 2a. Describe the preparation made by the Israelites in the making of Sinai covenant. It's found in Exodus chapter 19, verse 10 to 25. God told Moses to remind the people of Israel of how he had brought them out of Egypt. God told Moses that he wanted to make a special relationship with Israel, that is, make them a kingdom of priests. Moses called all the elders people and told them what God had said. God told Moses that he wanted the Israelites to obey him. The Israelites promised to do all that the Lord had said. God promised to come down and meet the people on the third day. The people were instructed to wash their garments clean. Moses set boundaries on the mountain for the people not to go up the mountain. The people were to abstain from sexual relationships. On the third day, there was a thick cloud covering the mountain, loud trumpet blast, manifestation, and earthquake. Moses brought the people out of the camp to meet with God. They took their stand at the foot of the mountain. The Lord came down to the top of the mountain. He called Moses to go up to him. B. In what ways were the promises given to Abraham by God later fulfilled? Israelites inherited the land of Canaan. Israel became a great nation. There were many kings among the descendants of Abraham. God made the name of Abraham famous. God punished the nations that oppressed Israel. Isaac was born to Abraham. Israel inherited the land of Canaan. Abraham died at old age, that is a ripe age of 175 years peacefully. Question 2c. List 6 forms of worship that were practiced by the Israelites in the wilderness which are found in Christian worship today. Prayers to God, building places of worship, obeying the 10 Commandments, presence of priests, singing and dancing in church, giving tithes and offering, burning of incense, child dedication, observing the Sabbath, celebrating feasts. Question 3a. State 7 reasons why Samuel was against kingship in Israel. As found in 1 Samuel chapter 8 from verse 6 to 18. The demand for a king was seen as rejection of Yahweh as the unseen king. The king would force their sons to serve him as soldiers. The Israelites would be like other nations which did not know God and lose their identity as a covenant people. The king would overtax them. God would reject them as his people, that he would not hear their pleas when they call. The king would grab their land. The king would make them slaves. The king would introduce forced labor. The king would take their daughters as perfumers. Question 3b. Describe the nature of Canaanite religion. It was a cyclic religion. It was comprised of many gods. They had a chief god, Ai. They worshipped their gods on mountaintops, temples, or shrines. Idols were made to represent each god. The Canaanites practiced temple prostitution. That is, the temple prostitution was part of the worship of gods. They offered elaborate human sacrifices. Festivals were celebrated in honor of the gods. Each god had his own prophet. Each god played a specific role in the community. See, List 6 forms of idolatry that threaten faith of Christians today. Sexual immorality, drug abuse, or you can say substance abuse, devil worship, greed for money, greed for power, witchcraft, addiction to certain activities like sports. 4a. Describe the visions of Amos on the destruction of the altar. Amos saw the Lord standing by the altar, God commanding an angel to strike the altar and destroy it completely. All the worshippers were being struck down. This meant that God would destroy everyone. No one would escape, for God would follow them. No one would escape, for God would follow them in their hiding until they were destroyed. Amos did not intervene for the Israelites because they deserved the punishment. Question 4b. Outline the teachings of Prophet Amos on the day of the Lord. Amos reversed the popular belief about the day of the Lord.